Hey, Kelly. So, you were saying a while back that you were having trouble getting pregnant, right? I don't remember ever telling you that. Did Mom tell you? Nah, I just overheard you and her talking on the phone one day. Ah, well, yes, that's right, Alice. Why do you ask? Because I have got the perfect solution for you. You can have my kid. Excuse me? Is that supposed to be a joke or something? It's not funny, Alice. There are some things that aren't even okay to joke about. Why would I joke about this? I am dead serious. I want to give you my kid. Well, it'll actually be more of a loan. But yeah, you want a kid and I have one. You can raise him for me. This is your son we're talking about, Alice. How can you talk so flippantly about your own child? I gotta be honest, it's horrible to hear this from you. I'm really disappointed. And what do you mean by loan? Geez, Kelly, I had no idea you'd get so angry about this. I see it as a perfect win-win solution. You said you wanted kids, so I thought you might be interested in getting a trial run. He's already born, so I did the hard part for you. Plus, Bruce gave me a bunch of money as a push present. Push present? You don't know what a push present is? It's when your man gives you a present for pushing out his kid. That seems vulgar. Like, I don't know, it kind of rubs me the wrong way. Okay, I didn't ask for your opinion. So what did he give you anyway? A ton of money. Combined with my own savings, it's more than enough to live on for a whole year. You had that much in savings? With a man to pay for all my expenses, how could I not save any money? So yeah, I've got money to burn, and let me tell you, girl, I am gonna burn it. But how am I gonna be able to have any fun with a kid to take care of? I've taken care of him for 9 months. I want some me time. You know, ditch the kid and take a well-deserved break. I understand being a new mother can be difficult, but ditch the kid? Seriously, I can't believe the way you're talking about him. I'm glad he's still too young to understand you. Why is he the only person you're concerned about? What about me? I didn't ask for this kid, you know. We had a shotgun wedding, remember? If anything, it's my husband's fault for wanting me so bad that not even birth control could stop me from getting pregnant. I am aware how babies are made, so I know that both you and your husband share some responsibility for your son being born. But you know who has zero responsibility? Your son. Regardless of whether you wanted to have him or not, he's here now. You're his mother and he needs you. You have a duty to take care of him. Oh my God, Kelly, what are you, my mother? Could you possibly be any more of a lame buzzkill right now? I have been taking care of him. And yeah, I know he's my son and he's cute and all, but being a mom sucks sometimes. Who else is going to take care of him if not you, Alice? Come on, Kelly. Do you want me to get postpartum depression or something? You want me to work myself to the bone caring for this kid all by myself? Of course that's not what I'm saying. Then stop judging me and start offering to help me. Or if you don't want to do it, point me to someone who can. Alice, you know full well that I would be more than willing to do anything I can to help you out. You're my little sister and he's my nephew. Oh, really? Awesome! I'll bring him by your place tomorrow. Wait, tomorrow? That's way too sudden. I have work tomorrow. Yeah, but you work at home, right? That's still working. I'm going to be way too busy to be able to watch after a newborn infant. Nah, he'll be totally fine. All he does is sleep, drink formula, and poop. And besides, you said you would do anything you can, right? Right, with an emphasis on the can, and tomorrow I can't. I believe in you, Kelly, even if you don't believe in yourself. Thanks so much for agreeing to help me out. I felt like the postpartum depression was going to start setting in any second. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Alice, wait, I never agreed to look after him for you. Alice? Alice! I'm back! Hey there, Kelly. Long time no see. I have had so much fun while I've been away this last year. Alice, you have got some nerve thinking you can just casually say hi to me. It has been 1 full year since any of us has heard from you. Me, Mom, Dad, your husband, all of us have been trying to get a hold of you. Tell me about it. You guys were blowing up my phone with messages and calls the day after I left. It got obnoxious. Like I was trying to enjoy myself. I didn't need constant reminders of what I was eventually gonna have to come back to, so I blocked you all. And now that I'm back, I unblocked you. So, how was your year-long childcare training program? What is wrong with you? You abandoned your son with us for a whole year while you ran off wherever doing God knows what. And now you talk to me like you're a college student who just came back from spring break or something? All while never responding to a single call or text? What were you doing? I was living my best life. I had enough money that I didn't need to work, so I just did whatever I felt like all day, every day. Then I realized last month that I still had a bunch of money left over, so I decided to spend the rest on a blowout tour of Europe. And let me tell you, Kelly, Europe is gorgeous. So, how's the kid? Can he crawl yet? No, Alice, he can't. Wow, really? I figured he'd be able to do that by now. I guess he's just a slow learner. He must get that from his dad. Oh well, he'll crawl, walk, talk, and all that good stuff eventually. No, he won't. Huh? Why do you say that? Because he's gone. Gone? What do you mean gone? You mean you lost him? No, I mean gone. As in his funeral was held just last week. No, you mean he's gone? Yeah, that's what I said. But what happened? What did you do to my son? Your son? Not but a few weeks after he was born, you dropped him off at my house and disappeared for a year. What gives you the right to call him your son? I gave birth to him. He's my son. Now answer me. What did you do to him? Seriously, you've got some gall treating me like a murder suspect after what you did. I didn't do anything to him. He contracted a rare illness, something that only a few kids in the country get each year. It took all the members of both our family and your husband's to take care of him for as long as we did. We tried to tell you what was going on and to get back here as soon as possible, but you apparently blocked us all. You're serious? He really got some rare disease and he's gone? How many times do I need to tell you, Alice? He's dead, Alice. He died without ever knowing the loving embrace of his own mother. He fought his battle all alone, without you. I don't believe it. Why, though? Why would something like this happen? Does why really matter? It happened. It's done. There's nothing you, I, or anyone else can do about it. We already did as much as we could, which is more than I can say of you. No way. Your husband and his family deserve most of the credit, though. They spared no expense in taking care of him. They spent most of this year and a large chunk of their savings taking him around to all of the best pediatric doctors in the country. I had no idea. But I guess there's nothing I can do about it now other than accept reality. My son is gone. That's it. You abandoned your son when he was just a few weeks old, only for him to die a week before you decided to stroll back into his life, and you're just, it is what it is about it? You're reacting with all the emotional depth of someone who bought a phone and dropped it in a toilet a week later. Is getting all weepy going to bring him back? What do you want me to say? Nothing. I want you to say nothing to me ever again. I am through with you. You cannot be serious right now. I just lost my son, and now you want me to deal with my own sister walking out of my life? Oh, is that such a bad thing? Walking out of someone's life when they need you the most? I'm sorry, I was under the impression that you were totally fine with that sort of thing, considering that's exactly what you did to your son. You abandoned him at the most vulnerable point in his life. But unlike him, you're an adult. You can take care of yourself. Don't make me out to be some villain. I didn't just abandon him. I left him with you. I thought I could rely on you. You didn't rely on us. You used us. You used us as a free nanny service for a full year. Oh, well, aren't I just the worst person ever for thinking I could count on my family to be there for me? Now you're appealing to family? Let me think, who else do I know whose family wasn't there for them? It's right on the tip of my tongue. Stop doing that! Why do you keep turning my own words against me? Blame yourself for providing me so much material. Hey, I did this for you too, remember? You've wanted to become a mom ever since we were little kids. Thanks to me, you had a full year to experience all the emotions of being a mom. Joy, frustration, sadness, anger, the whole thing. Plus, I knew that you would be a great mom for him, and I was right, wasn't I? You guys worked harder than I can imagine to take care of him. Now you'll be able to use this experience to become a better mom if you ever do have kids. What a convenient way to justify your actions. No, you see, I was actually doing it all for your sake. Well, I'm tired of hearing excuse after excuse from you. You're not welcome in my life or our parents' lives or your husband's life anymore. Congratulations, Alice. You are free to live however you want. All I request is that whatever you do from this point on, don't involve us in any of it. You can speak for yourself. I still have my husband. I know he'll want me back. I'll have another kid, and this one won't get sick. I learned my lesson. Everything's gonna go great this time around. You'll see. You're going to find out before too much longer that the world isn't a kind place for people like you. And when your life starts getting sucked down into the quicksand of misfortune, I won't be there to pull you out. I'm going to jump on your head and make you sink quicker.
Hey, Kelly, I heard Alice contacted you earlier. I'm really sorry for everything she's done to you. You did so much for my son, and you didn't deserve to have her talk to you like that.
No, Bruce, you have absolutely nothing to apologize for. My sister is an absolute disgrace to humanity. But your son was still my nephew. I loved him so much. And the biggest victim of Alice's malevolence is you, Bruce. No matter what happens, my husband and I will always be there for you. If you need anything, just let us know.
Thanks, Kelly. You've been like a sister to me throughout this whole ordeal. Man, I still can't believe she came back. What did she think was going to happen?
Right? After the first month passed without any word from her, I figured she was starting a new life somewhere. I never expected to see her again.
Well, she said she had spent the last of the money I gave her on a European vacation. I'll bet she just came back to get some more. Joke's on her, though. I've got nothing left to give.
Did she ever say anything to you about going off by herself? If not for a whole year, even for just a weekend or something?
No, not a word. If she had, I would have put a stop to it. I mean, how could she even think about leaving our newborn child behind? It beggars belief. I don't even have the words to describe how awful what she did was.
So what are you going to do now?
Well, I'm pretty sure she's gonna come by the house. She thinks she's still got a chance with me. So I'll wait until she comes, and when she does, I'll tell her what I have to say, and that'll be the end of it. I'm divorcing her.
That's the least that she deserves.
Tell me about it. But there is one thing I'm looking into right now, something that's been bothering me for quite some time.
What is it, Bruce?
I'll tell you once I know more, but once I confirm my suspicions, you can rest assured that I'm gonna make her pay.
Kelly, you didn't block me yet, did you? Oh, thank God, my texts are getting through. Look, I know we ended things on sort of a bad note, but I'm in a really bad pinch right now. I need money. Can you lend me some? I was very clear when we last spoke, Alice. I will never do anything for you ever again. I only left you unblocked because I wanted to be able to enjoy the show once your life came crashing down. Can't we let bygones be bygones? My husband abandoned me. Can you believe that? He divorced me while we were still mourning the death of our only son. What kind of husband does that to their wife? And just what kind of wife were you to him, huh? You forced him to marry you when you got pregnant, then after your son was born, you abandoned him to spend a full year pursuing hedonism while he struggled. You have never done anything to fulfill your wifely duties to him. Wives are supposed to be there to support their husbands and children. Were you there for him? Did you support him? No, you took his push present and ran. You were never his wife. You were only ever in it for yourself. Kelly, this is not what I need to hear right now, so can we skip the lecture? I already learned my lesson. My son's death changed me, I'm telling you. I went to Bruce's house a while back to apologize, but he wouldn't listen to a word I said. It's like he wasn't interested at all in hearing my side of the story. What exactly is your side of the story? What could you possibly tell him that would change his mind? That all I wanted was a little bit of freedom. Just because I get married doesn't mean I have to stay at home cooking and cleaning 24/7. And just because I became a mom doesn't mean that I have to spend every second of my day catering to his every need. That's why I took a year off. Bruce needed to know that I have wants and needs that don't revolve around him and our kid. I am a young, beautiful, independent woman, and I want to live my own life. Living your own life is one thing, but what you did is ruin the lives of your husband, your family, and your late son. And let's get one thing straight. Your son isn't something that just happened to you. You were the one who decided to have a child. What do you mean? It takes two to tango, you know. You know what I mean. You intentionally got pregnant. What makes you say that? Don't play games with me, Alice. I heard everything from Bruce. You intentionally got pregnant to get him to marry you. Also, you could lock down someone to fund your lifestyle and give you your precious push present. You knew your demented little plan would work on him too, because unlike a lot of men out there, Bruce is actually a good man. I have no idea what you're talking about. This isn't my fault. Bruce said he was careful, that he made sure there were no slip-ups. The agreement was that you would both take all available measures to avoid pregnancy. Yeah, and I did. So Bruce must not have been as careful as he thought. I didn't slip up. He did. He was insistent that he didn't, and frankly, I believe him more than I do you. He told me he thought you were lying when you first said you were pregnant because there was no possible way. Well, apparently there was, because I got pregnant. I'm pretty positive about that, considering I'm the one who gave birth to him. I wasn't expecting it either. If you're looking for someone to blame, blame him. Who do you mean, him? Who do you think I mean? I don't, actually. Bruce is pretty sure he does, though. What are you saying? Bruce told me that he had been suspicious for some time now. It was practically impossible for you to get pregnant based on how careful he was being. But once you left for your sacrilegious sabbatical, he didn't have time to be worried about things like that. He had your son to take care of, so he put it out of his mind. Okay, and our son is gone now, so he can just keep him out of his mind. We're both free now. Again, Alice, when you say our son, who is the other half of our? What are you getting at? If you've got something to say, just come out and say it. Bruce wasn't your son's father, was he? He messaged me just a little while ago. He said his investigation was finished and he finally got his answers. Oh my God, are you serious? He's so caught up in the past. I spent the last year moving on from my past, and I hope that Bruce could do the same. Don't you dare try to deflect back at Bruce. Answer me, Alice. Bruce wasn't your son's father, was he? I don't know. Anything's possible, I guess. How am I supposed to know? Maybe he's the father, maybe he's not. That's a confession, then. You wanted to trap Bruce into marrying you, but he was way too careful. So while you were doing your best to seduce Bruce at night, you were seeing a much less cautious man in the afternoons before Bruce came home from work. That way, you'd have an easier time of convincing Bruce the baby was his. That's not true! Oh yeah? Which part? I didn't see the other guy on the days I was with Bruce. But you were dating Bruce seriously while sleeping with another man, right? Yeah, but I thought Bruce would be a good father, but he kept saying he wasn't ready yet. Those conveniently benevolent excuses aren't going to work on me, Alice. Remember? A few weeks ago, you tried to convince me that you abandoned your son to give me experience being a mom. Come on, why does everybody have to keep bringing up the past? It all happened so long ago. I almost forgot about my other man. Forgetting him wouldn't change what you did. God, you disgust me. Well, who is this other guy? Do you still communicate with him? Of course not. I cut things off with him right after I got pregnant. Oh, I see. His role in your plan was finished. Anyway, you need to find him. Why? What for? because the two of you are going to confess what you did to Bruce personally and compensate him for all the money he spent getting treatment for your child. What? No way, not a chance. I'm not gonna confess, are you kidding me? Bruce would get super crazy mad at me. Yeah, and rightfully so. You were using Bruce's money to treat yourself to a year of fun while Bruce was taking care of a child he thought was his. You have no idea how much time and money Bruce spent on that boy. But he wasn't even his child. I can't imagine how devastated he was when he found out his suspicions were true. Look, I never expected things would turn out this way. If the kid wouldn't have gone and died on me, then none of this would have happened. God damn it, why did he have to go and get sick? Now you're blaming your own son for dying? This is unbelievable. It's not like it's my fault. Do you think I coughed on him on my way out the door and that's why he got sick or something? You said it yourself, only a few kids get whatever he had every year. There was no way I could have expected that would happen when I left. I'm not talking about expectations, I'm talking about reality. Your son's disease and his death were real. Your abdication of your responsibilities as a wife and mother are real. The righteous fury of the people you wronged is real. Do you feel it yet, Alice? Feel what? The quicksand of misfortune. Even now your feet are slowly starting to sink in. Seriously, enough with the weird metaphors. I'm telling you, Alice, the best thing that you can do for yourself right now is to stop being awful, settle down, get a job, and start paying back Bruce what you owe him. Do you have any idea how much he's asking me for? I have a pretty good idea, actually, considering I was actually there with him the whole time. And you're responsible for every single penny. But I can't pay it. I spent all of my money. That's too bad. You'll have to make more. I'm telling you, Alice, you're going to have to pay up. Whether you do it the easy way or the hard way is up to you. And I strongly suggest you choose the easy way.
Hey there, Kelly. How are you feeling? I talked to your husband at work the other day. He said things are going pretty well.
Hey, Bruce. Yeah, I'm doing just fine. Thanks for asking. And what about you, Bruce? Is everything proceeding according to plan with you-know-who?
Oh, yeah. Everything is falling into place.
You took a really big risk doing this. I just don't want it to come back and bite you in the end.
Trust me, Kelly. I know the risks and they're well worth it. But I'm not concerned. I know everything's gonna go just as I intended it.
I hope you're right.
Anyway, enough about that. I never got the chance to thank you in person for all you've done for me. Would it be okay if I came by one of these days?
Of course. Our home is your home, Bruce. You're welcome to come by whenever you'd like.
Cool. I'll probably swing by in the next few days then.
We're looking forward to it. Kelly, help! They're coming for me! Don't let them get me! Bruce has abandoned me completely. There's no one else I can turn to. How many times do I have to tell you, Alice, I'm not helping you? You sealed your own fate. I don't need lectures. I need help. You've got to do something. I need a lot of money and fast. You want money, huh? Lecture first. Fine, but make it quick. You deliberately burned all of your own bridges. You intentionally got pregnant with another man's child in order to get Bruce to marry you. Then you one day dropped your son off at my house, telling me it would just be for the day, but you never came back. That put me and our parents in a position where we had no choice but to take care of your son for you. In other words, you have alienated every single person in your life who may have been willing to protect you in the situation you're in right now. But you don't understand. Bruce did this to me. He took out a loan from the mafia and he used me as collateral. He's not making his payments, and so now they're coming to collect on his loan by taking me to work for them. They're gonna make me do all sorts of terrible things for them. I just know it. Yeah, probably. Is that all you have to say to me? What did you expect me to say? Wow, sis, I'm so sorry for you. It sure does suck that you're locked in a closet in Bruce's house waiting for the mafia enforcers to come and get you. Wait, how do you know where I am and what's going on? Because Bruce told me his plan. You knew? You knew and you didn't warn me? Remember my words, Alice. When you started sinking in quicksand, I wouldn't help pull you out. I would only help you sink faster. You will pay Bruce what you owe him. You mean Bruce meant for this to happen? He never had any intentions of repaying the Mafia the money he borrowed from them. It was more of a sale than a loan. He sold you to pay for your debt. Oh no, they're coming closer. I can hear their voices. And Bruce's? But they don't sound angry at all. They sound like they're laughing. You were right. He did sell me out. I told you, you should have paid up the easy way. It would have been much easier working as a cashier or custodian than whatever the Mafia is going to make you do for them. I can't believe you. You knew exactly what kind of fate awaits me, but you don't care about me at all. Let me put it to you this way. I care just as much about you as you did your son. That's not fair. You can't hold that against me. I can, and I will. I will never forgive you until the day you die, which, come to think of it, might not be all that far away. Kelly, I'm sorry. I messed up bad. I realize that. So please don't abandon me. I remember the day you left your son at my house. I suppose I'll never forget it. He was crying and screaming the entire time, almost like he understood what you were about to do. But not you. You were smiling. Well, now the roles are reversed. Now you're the one who's crying and screaming, about to be abandoned, and I'm the one who's smiling. Needless to say, no one ever heard from Alice again. No one knows what happened to her after that, and no one cares. Bruce and his family were compensated for the medical expenses they paid, and Alice got exactly what she deserves. As the Mafia dragged Alice off to the car, Bruce left her with these parting words. I'd ask you to tell your son I said hello, but you won't be seeing him where you're going. Once everything settled down, me and my husband started taking fertility treatments, and I am currently 4 months pregnant. But whatever happens from now on, I will never forget the year I spent with that precious little boy. It's true that he wasn't my own, but I loved him just the same. While she was wrong about mostly everything, Alice did have one thing right. My time with her son taught me lessons that I will never forget. In honor of his memory, I hope to use my experiences to make my child's life as happy and peaceful as possible. Hey, Carly. So this is a totally crazy coincidence, but I just saw you downtown a little while ago, and I have a question for you. Are you poor? Really poor? Or super poor? Nancy? I'm not sure what you mean. When you say you saw me, where and when? You went to the convenience store a block down the road from the hospital, right? Well, yeah, I did. But I'm still kind of confused by your question. I knew it! After I saw you there, I followed you for a little bit. You followed me? That's strange, to say the least. Why would you do that? Oh, you know me. I'm just a curious person. I was surprised to see you around the area, so I wanted to know what you were doing. You could have asked me. But where would the fun be in that? Anyway, you turned the corner, and I couldn't believe what I saw next. And what did you see? I saw you walking into one of the oldest, dumpiest apartment buildings I've ever seen. Like, seriously, you live in a literal dumpster. There was garbage everywhere, broken windows, homeless people laying around outside. It was like something you see in the intro to a crime drama. Wait. Oh, now I know what you're talking about. And just for the record, that is a gross exaggeration of the building's condition. Wait, so I'm right? You do live there? And you don't think it's a literal dumpster? My bad, Carly, my bad. Here I was, thinking you actually had a decent standard of living. Oh, by the way, are you planning to come to me and Matt's wedding? That was a pretty rapid transition in the conversation. But yeah, I'm definitely planning on coming. Matt's my little brother, after all. I wouldn't miss his wedding for the world. Really? Are you sure? Well, okay, but you don't have to force yourself to come, you know. Like, it's not like you have to be there. You can always get the wedding experience by looking at pictures and everything. I'm not really sure what you're getting at, but I really am excited for the wedding. And I'm so happy for the two of you, and I want to see the moment you tie the knot. So you're sure, huh? Yes, Nancy, I'm sure. Is there something wrong with that? I have no idea why you would be subtly suggesting I don't go. Well, it's just, I figured it might make you a little sad is all. Sad? Why would I be sad to see my brother get married? Do I really have to spell it out for you? You're still single. You're way past your prime. So, every day your hopes of marriage get weaker and weaker. Plus, after seeing the kind of house you live in, I was worried you might not have a proper dress. It might be hard for you to be the only one in the room with something you picked up from a thrift shop. It seems to me that you're under a massive misconception. But you don't need to worry about any of that. I am going to your wedding, and I really look forward to it. Okay, if you're sure. You know what? I know the perfect way to make you feel right at home at our wedding. It's all right, Nancy. You don't need to do anything special for me. No, I insist. Consider it an act of kindness from me to my future sister-in-law. All right, if you insist. What did you have in mind? If I told you now, that would ruin all the fun. It'll be a surprise. A surprise? Well, now you've got me curious. Trust me, you are gonna love it. Thanks in advance for coming to the wedding, Carly. I'm looking forward to it even more now. Great. See you then. Hey there, Carly. Did you find your seat all right? It's out in the lobby next to the garbage can. Isn't it great? Don't you feel right at home sitting next to a bunch of trash? I knew this would be the perfect seat for you. Nancy, what is this? I thought this was some sort of mistake or a prank or something, but you're telling me this was intentional? Yep, and it was all my idea. I knew you wouldn't be comfortable sitting in a room with all the doctors, businessmen, and other important people in the chapel. Plus, the director of the hospital that Matt works at is even giving a speech during the reception. I'll bet he pays more taxes in one day than you will in your entire life. And lucky for you, too. Taxes that doctors like Matt pay are the only thing keeping you alive. What in the world are you talking about? You can't fool me, Carly. I saw the crappy apartment you live in. I looked it up, and those are subsidized apartments. No wonder it was so run down and covered with trash. You useless welfare queens do nothing but ruin the country that successful people built for you. I'm a welfare queen? Yeah, that's what they call it when you never work and just live off food stamps and stuff. Seriously, how could you allow yourself to become like this? Your younger brother is a successful doctor, and you're just nothing. If you knew what it was that I do, you wouldn't be saying this. I know exactly what you do. Drink and watch TV while taxpayers foot the bill for your lifestyle. I was thinking about not letting you come at all, honestly. But then I thought that I would do you the kindness of preparing the perfect seat for you. This is your idea of kindness? Fine, if that's what you want, so be it. I'll sit here like you want. Well, at least you're obedient, if nothing else. Looks like you know your place, outside, in the trash. Not in here with all the beautiful people. Now, shut your mouth and stay in that seat until someone calls for you to sweep the floor or something. Actually, I do expect to be called upon, but not to sweep the floor. But I'll wait here until that time comes. What's going on, Carly? You're the director of Matt's hospital? Indeed I am. Everyone seemed surprised when I walked in from the lobby to the reception hall, which, considering the circumstances, is pretty understandable. I can't believe it! The MC announced that the next speech would be from the director of Matt's hospital and his sister? At first I thought, oh, okay, 2 speeches in a row or something. But then you walked up to the microphone alone. I will never forget your face while I was walking toward the table. You looked like you'd seen a ghost. You seemed so confused that I thought it would be a good opportunity to tell you the truth about myself. So I explained the day's events. You know, how you had my seat moved into the lobby next to the garbage can. And that wouldn't make sense to the other guests without explaining why, so I told them how you were under the false impression that I was a welfare queen. I was appreciative that you were concerned for my emotional well-being, though. That's why I told everyone you thought I wouldn't fit in with the doctors and other important people. You didn't have to do that in front of everyone. This is bad, Carly, really bad. Matt is furious with me. Yeah, I could tell he was mad when he announced that the rest of the reception was canceled and sent the guests home. I don't understand. Matt's always so calm and soft-spoken. I've never seen him get so angry before. Well, I'd say it would make anyone mad to hear their own sister get treated so poorly. But that's doubly true for Matt. He's always seen me as his hero. Plus, there's our working relationship to consider. I'm not just his older sister, I'm also his boss. But wait, this doesn't make any sense at all. You're the hospital director, aren't you? Doesn't that mean you make a ton of money? I suppose you could say I'm doing pretty well for myself. Then why are you living in that crappy old apartment building? Let's get something straight, Nancy. You saw me around town and decided to follow me. Then you saw me go into an apartment building and you assumed I must live there. Did you ever think about, I don't know, asking me if I lived there? But you said you did. No, I didn't. I said I went inside. That's all. I did go inside, yes, but I do not live there. Then what were you doing there? It's a little late to be asking me that, don't you think? But if you must know, there was an old woman there who's also somewhat of a patient of mine. She has trouble getting around by herself, so I was just taking her home. But you're the director. You don't actually see patients, do you? At the hospital? Sometimes, yeah. But this was sort of an extracurricular activity. A friend of mine lives in that direction, and I was on my way to see them. Along the way, I saw an elderly woman collapsed on the sidewalk next to the road, so I went up to her to see if she needed help. It looked like she had sprained her ankle. Her apartment was nearby, and I guess she'd fallen down right before she got inside. Her apartment? You mean... Yes, the crappy, run-down, subsidized apartments you saw me going into. I offered to take her to the hospital to have her properly looked at, but she said her son and his family were coming over to visit, so she refused. I asked her if there was anything at all I could do for her, and she said she needed supplies for dinner, so I went and picked up some stuff at the convenience store. That's when you saw me. So you don't actually live there? You were just helping some random old woman? That's right. Oh, so I was wrong about you then. Yeah, I'll say. But I have to say, your domino effect of misconceptions was something else. You assumed I lived there, and then assumed I was poor, and a welfare recipient, and comfortable sitting around garbage. I'm sorry, Carly, but seriously, you should have told me all of that sooner. Like, why didn't you say something the day I saw you? You mean the day you followed me, right? You didn't even give me the opportunity to explain myself. It's hard for me to explain when you just kept jumping from one wrong conclusion to another. And in any case, I didn't feel the need to explain myself to you. I never thought you'd be stupid enough to do what you did at the wedding. I figured I would be able to clear up the misconceptions sooner or later. I wish you would have chosen sooner. But in any case, you're the hospital director. That's incredible. Like, really, achieving that degree of success in the medical world as a woman? I really, really respect you, Carly. My, oh my, that is a remarkable attitude shift from you. Like I said, I was wrong. But now I know what an awesome person you are. So, do you think you might be able to talk to Matt for me? About what? Tell him that I know the truth about you now. Why can't you do it yourself? Why do you think he won't talk to me? He's furious with me and won't answer any of my calls or texts. Yeah, I'll bet he is. You probably don't know this, but Matt dealt with a lot of bullies back when we were in grade school. One day he came home with a pretty big scratch on his face, and I asked him what happened. He told me one of the boys he thought was his friend did it to him. So the next day at school, I gave that boy a taste of his own medicine, and he never bothered Matt again. Ever since then, Matt has really respected me. I'm the reason he went to med school too. He wanted to be just like his big sister. I had no idea. Matt never told me he was bullied. It's not exactly something a person would be proud of. But he learned a lot of life lessons due to those experiences. Like, for example, there are some people in this world who are just plain mean-spirited and not worth spending time with. People like you. He hates people like you. I don't know how you managed to fool him up until now, but the cat's out of the bag. Matt and everyone else know what you really are now. You're screwed. Carly, I am so sorry for everything I did and said to you. I was a total idiot. I have no idea what I was thinking. Please believe me, I will never do anything like this ever again. So please talk to Matt for me. Not a chance. Why should I put in a good word for you? You don't deserve my brother. Matt is a hard-working, kind, honest man. And you're just scum. There are better women out there for him than you. And thanks to what you did today, he knows that now. So I suppose I should be thanking you for revealing just how black your heart is. He was really close to being stuck with you for the rest of his life, but not anymore. I'm begging you, Carly, don't talk like that. He's really going to break up with me unless you do something. Oh, is he really? Did he tell you that? Yes, he did. Well, that's the best news I've heard in ages. Hey! Oh, but don't get me wrong. Just because Matt dumps you doesn't mean you'll be off the hook for paying for the wedding. What? Why would I have to pay for it? Because it was your awful behavior that led to it being canceled. You're not going to avoid responsibility for that. But I can't possibly pay for it by myself. Besides, if I get back together with Matt, we can still get married like we planned to. Can't you just give me one more chance? Second chances are for people who deserve them, Nancy, and you don't. We could even poll the room if you wanted. You think there is any single person who attended the wedding today who thinks you deserve a second chance, including your parents? Obviously, my parents would support me. They're my parents. I wouldn't be too sure of that if I were you. Your parents are in the middle of the room apologizing to my parents as we speak. They seem to be just as mad at you as everyone else. Wait, so that's where my parents were? I was looking for them. Now do you see? There's no going back for you. I'm really sorry. Please forgive me. I never wanted any of this to happen. You're an adult, Nancy. Start acting like one. You're sad that your life is collapsing from beneath you. I get that. But nothing you're doing right now is going to make any sort of difference. It's good that you regret being an idiot, but now you need to do something more productive than just being sad about your situation. What lessons have you learned today? Think about that for a while. And about Matt, seriously, give up. He is never going to take you back.
Good afternoon, Dr. Johnson. This is Jonah Green. Do you remember me? You took care of my mom after she was injured a few days ago.
Jonah! Oh, it's wonderful to hear from you. Yes, I remember you and your lovely family.
I just wanted to thank you again for everything you did for my mom. My mom says she'll never forget your kindness. If you hadn't come along, things could have gone much worse for her. She might never have walked again.
You don't need to thank me, Jonah. I was just doing my job. I happened to be a doctor in the right place at the right time, that's all. So tell me, how is your mother doing? Is she feeling any better?
I'd say she's doing as well as she could be, considering the circumstances. I remember you saying you thought it was a sprained ankle, but it turned out to be a fracture.
Oh no, I'm so sorry I missed that.
No, it's completely fine. You had no way of knowing. It was a very slight fracture. I suppose it's probably due to her advanced age. A younger person would have escaped with just a sprain.
Yes, that's very likely.
Oh, and there's one more thing you should know. My mother didn't actually fall down on her own that day. She was kicked by a younger woman.
What?
Quite hard, actually. She has a large bruise on her back where the woman kicked her. When we were about to leave, she told me her back hurt, and that's when I saw the bruise. We took her to the hospital, they did some x-rays, and that's how we found out about the fracture.
That's terrible. And you're sure it was intentional? That's assault.
Yeah, but unfortunately there aren't any cameras at that intersection, so we don't have any evidence. There's nothing we can do about it, I'm afraid.
But why would someone do that? Just up and kick an elderly woman?
I have no idea, but it doesn't seem as though that woman was looking for my mom in particular. From what my mom says, she just looked angry at the world in general. Apparently, the woman came up from behind my mother and shouted, "Get out of my way, you stupid old geezer." The next thing Mom knew, she was down on the ground in pain.
Did she get a good look at the woman's face? Could she identify her if she saw her?
Yeah, Mom said she had a really scary look on her face. I think she'll never forget her. It doesn't seem like there have been any other reports of similar incidents in the area, so I suppose we can just chalk this up as bad luck.
What kind of monster would do something like this? If she did this to your mom, there's no doubt she'll do the same thing again. I'd say you should go to the police, even if you don't think anything will come of it. That sort of person needs to be behind bars where she can't victimize anyone else.
Maybe you're right. The least we can do is make a report and give them a description.
Who knows? Maybe the person is wanted on other charges. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if such a heartless person hadn't committed any other crimes. But really, though, I can't believe something like that would happen in this area.
I know, this is a pretty quiet city. About the only crime that happens around here is traffic offenses.
Well, in any case, you and your mother are more than welcome to come to the hospital whenever you'd like. I'd love to speak to your mom and hear how she's doing.
Thank you so much. Would tomorrow be all right?
Sure, just let me know when you'll be coming down and I'll clear up my schedule. You and your mother take care of yourselves, Jonah. Carly, I am so sorry. Like, really, really sorry. The sorriest I've ever been in my life. So I'm begging you, I am literally on my hands and knees right now. Please lend me some money. That is not happening. There's no possible way I'm going to save you from your own stupidity. Everything that's happening to you right now is your own fault. Seriously, Nancy, I still can't believe it. You were the one who kicked Mrs. Green the other day? She was seriously hurt, you know. What were you thinking? Give me a break. It's not like I went out on the town that day planning on kicking an old woman or anything. It just kinda happened. That doesn't make it any better. You get that, don't you? Why did you do that? Well, she was in my way, that's all. No. Is that really all, Nancy? You kicked an elderly woman so hard that she fractured her ankle just to get her out of the way? I repeat, what is wrong with you? Nothing's wrong with me. I just got angry. You get angry sometimes too, don't you? I don't assault old women when I get angry. What got you so angry that you decided to assault her? I don't know. She annoyed me, I guess. I was feeling kind of stressed out about the wedding coming up, so I decided to go out to the convenience store to get some ice cream. I was hungry and wanted to eat as soon as possible, so I was walking pretty fast. But that woman was walking so slow, so I had to slow down. Then I got to thinking, she's really old and her clothes were really shabby. That must mean she's getting a ton of money in welfare. You know, Social Security, Medicare, food stamps, that all adds up. And who has to pay for all of those benefits? Me. I have to go to a job that I hate every single frickin' day just to have almost half of it get stolen by the stupid government, all to pay for the lifestyle of some lazy old woman who's too old to even be a greeter at the supermarket. I thought about all the times my boss had reamed me out and all the overtime I've had to work. Then I thought about how she was probably sitting at home watching some old TV show while I was dealing with all of that. So, well, that's it. I got mad and I kicked her. Well, that was something else. I hate paying taxes just as much as the next person, partially because I pay far more taxes than the next person. But you know what I do when I get mad about taxes? Punch a wall? No. Punch a punching bag? No. Throw something at someone? No. I write my local representative. I vote, that sort of thing. Do you even know who your state and national representative is? I have absolutely no idea. I thought not. There is no excuse for what you did. But I didn't think she'd get hurt. Do you think it would have been okay if she didn't get hurt then? She has a broken ankle. I heard it was just a fracture. That's the same thing, and you're lucky it was just that, by the way. She could have easily been hurt much more seriously. I can't believe that you were the type of person who would do this. Then again, after what you did to me at your wedding, I guess it does make sense. To think you were having a grand old time laughing it up at my expense. It's not even a good joke. Putting my seat in the lobby because you thought I was poor? Lame. You're just a lame person, Nancy. So boring. Look, I said I was sorry. Yeah, because you want money. If I told you no at the hospital yesterday, did you think I was going to tell you yes now that I know what you did? Really, how dare you come to my place of employment to beg me for money? I don't know who else to turn to. Any random passerby would have been more likely to give you money than me. But I'm actually grateful for that incredible lapse of judgment. You just so happened to leave my office at the very moment Jonah and Mrs. Green came by to thank me for helping her. I have the worst luck in the world. I prefer to think of it as Mrs. Green having the best luck in the world. She got one look at your face and instantly remembered it was you who had attacked her. If they had been a few minutes later, then she wouldn't have crossed paths with you, and she likely never would have gotten justice. Yeah, well, thanks to her good luck, now I'm screwed. I can't pay what she's asking me for. I have too many bills to pay already. And you thought I was going to help you with that? Why now? Did you think that a do-gooder like me would help out just anyone who came to me for help? No, that's not it. I just figured, you make a lot of money as a hospital director, and since you're single with no kids and you don't need all of it, plus with me and your brother getting engaged, I thought maybe you'd be willing to cut me a break. Wow, where to even start with that? Yes, I make a lot of money. Yes, I'm single and childless, and no, I don't need all of my money. However, what makes you think I would be willing to spare one single solitary cent on a veritable psychopath like you? And finally, you are not going to marry my brother. He broke up with you. I'm pretty sure he's already taken his ring back from you, right? Well, yeah, but still. I'm still holding out for a chance to get back together with him. I can't give up. Not after how close I got. Yes, you absolutely can give up. He doesn't want you. He hates you. The only option for you right now is to pay what you owe and disappear. And let me be clear. I mean pay what you owe us for the canceled wedding and Miss Green for her pain and suffering. She's still coming to my hospital for physical therapy, and we'll be sending you the bill for that, too. Weren't you listening to me earlier? I can't pay. I don't have that kind of money. In case you forgot, I thought I was going to marry a rich doctor. I spent all my money. All my savings are gone. What in the world did you spend it all on? Well, the truth is, I was cheated out of all my money. Why am I not surprised? What was it, Nancy? Some get-rich-quick scheme? No, worse. It was someone very close to me. Who? A family member? No, just a friend. A friend? A close friend. A close friend? My boyfriend? Oh my God, you were cheating on my brother? No, it's not what you think. It was never a physical relationship. Never. Almost never. Good grief. And this almost never physically intimate boyfriend cheated you out of your money? That's right. He said he needed money. He told me his mom was in debt and couldn't afford to make her monthly rent payment. So I gave him the money for 1 month, but then he said she needed to have an operation. Really? You fell for the sick mom needs an operation scam? That's almost as bad as people who fell for that deposed Nigerian prince email. Well, excuse me for being kind enough to help someone out who's in need. That doesn't carry much weight coming from you, Grandma Kicker. Shut up, let me finish. I figured, once I married Matt, I would never need any money again, so I took out a bit of a loan to cover the costs for her. And then he disappeared, right? Yeah. But everything was gonna be all right as long as I married Matt, and now he's breaking up with me. My, oh my, every time I think you couldn't possibly get any worse. You were going to steal money from my brother to pay off the debt you took out to give money to the man you were cheating on him with? I am speechless. You must be the dumbest, most immoral person I've ever met. Matt doesn't know yet, does he? It's not like I could tell him. Yeah, heaven forbid you were honest with the man you were going to marry. I'm so glad the wedding got canceled. If he had married you, his life would have been over. He would have spent the rest of his life as an unwitting financier for his own wife's affair. Carly, you don't understand. I am in big trouble. I have bill collectors calling me all day and night. Sometimes they even show up at my house. Yeah, well, that sucks. It's not my problem, though. You still owe us and Mrs. Green money, and you will pay every cent. If that means your life becomes a living hell, then so be it. You deserve a taste of hell after everything you've done. She finally gave up after that and never messaged me again. And since both my brother and Mrs. Green are getting payments from her on time every month, I guess that means she's working off her debts somehow. I was terrified Mrs. Green would never get justice, and I was prepared to cover her medical costs myself. But fortunately, Nancy's greed and stupidity saved me the trouble. I heard she's living in an apartment that's in a far worse condition than Mrs. Green's right now. Hopefully, she'll take this opportunity to change her attitude regarding those less fortunate than her in life. Hey Paige, I've got something exciting for you to do for me. Since you're pregnant and starting to get fat, I think this is the perfect time to get a bit of experience under your belt before the baby arrives. So as you know, I've got 5 children in my family, and I'm sure you know that it's a lot of work to handle all those little angels. Your baby is about to be born soon. You'll be able to live a bright and fun life once you have that bundle of joy in your arms. I'm sure you're already dreaming of that, but in reality, it's not that sweet. In my opinion, I think that you should be given a little bit of experience with looking after a child before yours is born. What do you think about that, huh?
Hello there, Harper. It's been quite a while since I last heard from you. I'm surprised you actually got in touch with me, actually. Do you really think that I don't know how difficult it is to take care of children? I think you might be mistaken, but yes, I do think it's good to be well prepared for it as you possibly can. At the moment, I'm currently doing some research and reading some books on childcare so that I'm not too overwhelmed once the baby arrives. Raising children is a lot from the sound of it in these books and online. I don't know enough about child rearing, so I'm very worried that I'm not going to be a good mom.
Oh, really? Is that so? No, I'm sure that you'll be a natural at it, Paige. Why do you think that I turned around and said that you should get some practice in?
Wait a minute. Just go back to that about practicing before the baby comes? What do you exactly mean by that, Harper? You're not saying what I think you're saying, are you?
Well, I'll be truly honest with you. I'm thinking about going on a trip next month. I'm getting really sick and tired of raising all these children on my own. I'm getting so tired of dealing with really noisy children every day. It's driving me insane, if I'm being honest. I'm also planning on going by myself on this trip because by God, I need it. So I thought the best idea for me would be to leave my 5 children with you since I need a break and you need to practice on looking after children since you're nervous about your own. So during that time, please take care of my 5 children. Please and thank you. I really would appreciate it so much if you would do it. Thank you, Paige. You're a lifesaver.
Whoa. Just hold on a minute there, Harper. I've not made any decisions about this. Are you insane? Have you actually seriously lost the plot? A whole month? You can't be serious, Harper. Do you expect me to take care of all 5 kids for a month? What are you thinking? That's an impossible task for someone to do. I hardly know your children, and I also think that it's a reckless idea to leave such young children with basically a stranger and leave them behind on such a trip.
And you've yet to become a mother, so of course you hardly know what I'm talking about after struggling with when it comes to looking after 5 children until you have to do it yourself. I get that you've never had experience, but I'm drowning here. They have been crazy to look after, and I just need a break, okay? What's so wrong with that? As a mother, I can hardly look after myself when I have to put all of them before myself. I'm barely able to eat, and they won't stop screaming. If you just leave the room for a few minutes, it gets dirty so quickly, and it becomes a mess. It's so exhausting to have to clean up after them every day. It is so stressful. If anything is impossible, it's doing all that for 5 children. You'll never know that feeling until it happens to you, and I think you need to practice before you do it. Just let me go away for a month so I can relax and reset my batteries. It's not a big deal to go away that long, so just let me, okay?
Well, I do understand what you're saying and feel, but you're saying all these things to me just feels like this is all going to be too much trouble. This is way out of my league.
I see what you're trying to say. After all, I was the one who decided to raise 5 children on my own, isn't it? Or something along those lines, right? You're telling me that it's my own responsibility, right? How is that fair when my own husband wanted this many kids? He's hardly here, and I'm on my own doing this. I'm really sick of this kind of talk from people. Without people like me, the population will decrease, yes? I'd rather that people would be grateful and that people like me get preferential treatment.
No, I don't think that it's your own fault that you're in. Of course, there are families with many children, And I think those sort of families are a treasure to our country. Parents raising a lot of children must have it so tough every day, and they must go through so many hard times. I believe that we all have a right to rest. Everyone needs a break. But this is too much. Have you even considered other options? Do you think it's okay to just hand over your children to more or less strangers?
I knew that you were going to be like this. You don't understand that I want my own time, and I want that time to relax by myself. Why is everyone so against me doing this?
Maybe it's because it's such a long time, and I don't know how well your children will handle you being away that long. Have you talked to your parents about it?
So here's the thing. I told my parents what I wanted to do, and they just scolded me so much for it. They said that if I'm the one who's had these children, then I need to raise them myself. They said don't even think about letting go of your kids and throwing them onto someone else for a month to take a break. We did it, so can you, Harper. Like, what a cruel thing to say to a mother. Being an old person and not having to worry so much about their responsibilities anymore must be nice, right?
Is that what they actually said to you? I really can't hear them saying something like that, though, Harper. From my perspective, it seems they care very much about their grandchildren.
You probably see it that way since you're not really part of the matter, okay? My husband is away on business and I am doing everything by myself. It is so hard, Paige. Why is my husband working alone like he did when he was single? It's like I don't exist. I'm the one who's looking after the little snots 24 hours a day. As a full-time mother, I get no days off at any time of the year, and it's so exhausting. I also don't get paid for it either, which is so unfair. I just need a break, Paige.
Well, I think that's a very reasonable opinion to have, but you can't just say those things when I'm sure there's people who care about the kids. If you still need help, ask your parents. Please, ask them instead of me, okay? I'm due to give birth to my child next month, so to be honest, it could be born at any time between now and then. Because of my situation, it's going to be impossible for me to look after 5 children for over a month. My conditions are just so uncertain right now.
I don't get why that should matter, though, Paige. I did it just fine. By the time I had my 5th child, I had 4 kids running around. Before and after all of them, I was taking care of them and haven't stopped. If I can do all of that, you can look after 5 of my children in your last month of pregnancy, right? You're capable of way more than you think you are.
But you were just saying how difficult it all was for you, right? This is my first child that I'm having here, okay? There's a big difference between my own child and other people's children. I think that what you're trying to do to me right now isn't fair either. I don't think it's right to try to force your children onto other people, Harper.
Even if you say those things, I feel like you're the only person that I can rely on right now. So could you please just do this for me? Thank you, that would be great. Okay, I gotta get back to raising these kids because they are going crazy right now. Thank you again for doing this. I owe you one, Paige.
No, I can't do this, Harper. It's going to be impossible to look after them here. I really can't do something as important as looking after all the kids. Don't rely on me.
Okay, I thought I better message you to let you know that just before I went on my trip, I left the children in your garden so that you didn't have to come and pick them up from my house. This trip is going to be so great. I can't wait to be able to relax and have some time to myself. They were so cute, having a lot of fun in your garden, so I'm sure you'll enjoy their company.
Harper, what have you seriously done? What on earth are you talking about? Oh my God, are you saying that your kids are in my garden? Is this true?
Isn't that what I just said, silly? I said I left them in your garden so that I could leave on my trip. Isn't this great? I'm already boarding the plane, so no turning back now.
How could you be so irresponsible, Harper? Didn't I talk any sense into last night about not doing that to your kids? Why are you being so selfish right now? I'm being dead serious. You can't just go and do something like this without my okay. You really need to get back here immediately, Harper.
I'm sorry, but I've already got my tickets and my luggage has already been put on the plane, and I told you that I needed a break. It was urgent. It's too late. Goodbye now.
I clearly told you that it's impossible for me to do this. I'm very troubled by what you're doing here. I'm literally in labor right now. I don't have time for this. Hey, are you even listening to me? I just said that my water just broke and that I'm about to go into labor. Come back right now and take your kids away. I'm in a lot of pain and the kids are just causing a lot of trouble for me. I can't deal with this anymore. I'm just going to have to take matters into my own hands if you won't.
What on earth's going on over there? I just got a call from the police. What did you do? You left my children in your garden? Apparently there was a report of mistreatment?
Like I told you before you started to ignore me and get on your stupid plane, I went into labor and had no idea what to do once my water broke. I had no time for your kids.
Are you telling me that you neglected my kids by leaving them in the garden until nighttime? It would have been fine if you let them inside, yes?
Harper, did you even consider what would happen to your kids if you left them outside? I've gone back to my hometown to give birth to my child. I was due to give birth today, and obviously the baby wanted to arrive today, and my husband came with me to my hometown so we could have some peace and quiet. Right now, I'm spending some quality time with my family, and we're trying to be happy for what has happened today, and you're ruining it. Don't disturb me.
Excuse me? What did you just say to me? Did you seriously go back to that crappy town you're from to give birth? Why on earth would you plan that? But since you had all that planned to have your baby out of the city, my kids remain sitting outside in your garden because no one's at home.
That's right. No one's at home right now, so yes, you left your children outside in my garden all alone like the neglectful mother that you are. I also told my neighbors that I'd be away from home, so please take care of the house and the surrounding areas. I'm sure you saw them walking around. It must have been the neighbors that reported the kids being in the garden then. They probably thought it was strange that there's kids they don't know in my garden. Of course, I don't blame them for calling the authorities, since it is an odd situation to deal with, especially when the kids have been out there all night long.
How dare you mess with me like this? You were trying to sabotage my time to go and relax by myself, weren't you? How dare you and your husband neglect my own kids? I was wanting to have a great time traveling, and I was so excited to get out of the city without the kids. What have you done to me? I'm going to sue you for neglect.
How dare you threaten me like that? I wasn't here, and you sprung this on me with no warning. I was risking my life giving birth to my child, you stupid woman. Don't relate what's happening to me to your stupid carefree trip that you're on. I'm going through a lot here, and I told you that this was going to be impossible for me.
How dare you call me a stupid woman, you evil little cow? I told you that I needed a break and my parents weren't willing to help me. You physically neglected my children today.
If anyone has done that, it's been you since you're the one that left them in my garden without letting me or my husband know about it. Don't turn this on me. No matter what you try and do, this is going to be all your fault. I'm glad that the police are doing something about it. I hope they hurry up and question your parenting skills.
Hey, Paige, how's everything going? I just wanted to message you since I heard that you'd given birth in your hometown. I'm hoping you're resting after your labor.
Oh, Henry, hello. I hope everything's okay with you. Yes, I'm back home at the moment. I'm beyond relieved that my baby was born happy and healthy.
Oh, really? The baby's fine? Oh, that's really great to hear. I'm so glad. So, of course, you know that my wife left our children unattended in your garden yesterday? I got a call from the police and my wife, and they tried to explain the situation to me. I'm really sorry for what happened to you when you were going through such a difficult time. I feel so bad, and I feel responsible for my wife being an absolute idiot and leaving my children with you. And the next time I see you, I'll apologize 20 times over.
Ah, so you heard about what happened after all. I can't really say much about this since I wasn't at home, but please don't worry about this too much. Did you have any idea about this, Henry?
I had absolutely no idea what my wife was planning on doing. She didn't say a word about it to me. This whole business that my wife is going on a trip is insane. And to think that she planned to stay away on a vacation somewhere for more than a month is beyond my mind. I honestly couldn't believe what I was hearing.
You're kidding me, right? You had no idea what she was doing either? So it seems like you and I were thrown into the same situation by her then. I was wondering why she was so hasty in her decisions. She was getting desperate and needed a break, but I wondered if she talked to you about it.
No, I haven't heard about this break that she needed or anything else about it at all. I think she didn't tell me because she wanted to hide it from me. It seems like she didn't even consult my parents about it either. I think that she wanted to push all her jobs onto you, Paige, which makes no sense in your condition.
Hold on a minute. What did you just say? I don't get it. Why did she try to hide it? Did she say something to you about me who should be looking after the children and the parents wouldn't?
No, I don't think it's anything like that at all. In fact, I heard from my parents that she didn't even talk to them about this at all and didn't understand what I was talking about. They told me that they understand that it's super difficult to look after 5 children at once while Henry's working and to rely on them. That's what I heard from them.
Whoa, hold on. That makes no sense. Considering she was saying that they wouldn't help her, why was she trying to hide that? Is she worried about hurting her pride or something?
No, I don't think it's that, but what I do know, I think my wife has lost the plot, to be honest. Like, to begin with, leaving your kids with someone else for over a month is a bit of a stretch. It's kind of a strange thing to do, especially when you're hiding so much from everyone. The police are gonna ask for more details soon, too. Anyway, I'm truly sorry about what's happened over the past couple of days, Paige. I've dragged you into this, and it's not great, considering you just gave birth. I'll make sure to make this up to you in the future, but in the meantime, look after yourself and take care of that bundle of joy. I'm really sorry again, Paige.
Well, to be honest, that's true. She's lost it. No, you're fine. Thank you for contacting me today, Henry. I already know how tough this is for you already. Let's try our best to settle things for now, and I hope that things get fixed and that something like this doesn't happen ever again to your kids.
What the heck have you done to me, Paige? You know that this was all your fault, right? Henry is divorcing me out of the blue. What am I supposed to do?
Huh? I'm so confused as to what you mean. How is this all my fault, Harper? Oh yes, I heard from your husband that he's divorcing you. What I don't get is why you're messaging me right now shouting at me when I'm the innocent one here. What's any of your business got to do with me?
It's all your fault because you decided to up and leave your house and give birth in your hometown. Who the heck does that anyway? You were supposed to be at home, so I don't get why you weren't.
Are you serious right now? It's not my responsibility to keep you updated on my pregnancy, Harper. I'm not the one who needed help. You did. And instead of asking like a normal person, you just decided to ditch your kids and disappear.
I didn't ditch them. I knew they'd be safe with you.
But I wasn't there. Did you even knock? Did you check to see if I was home?
I left them at your door. I figured you'd come back soon. I didn't think it would be a big deal. I needed a break, okay? I needed to get away, and I thought I could count on you.
No, Harper. You wanted to escape your responsibilities, and you thought I'd be the easy way out. You thought you could just dump them on me without even asking, and then what? You're mad at me for that?
It's not like that. You don't understand what it's been like with Henry. He's been so distant, so cold. I needed time to think, to figure things out. I just needed a break from everything, from him, from the kids, from life. I thought you'd help me like a friend should.
Help you? How was I supposed to help you when I wasn't even there? I didn't even know your kids were sitting outside of my house for hours until my neighbor called me worried sick. Harper, do you even realize how dangerous that was?
It wasn't dangerous. They were fine. I knew they'd be okay.
No, they weren't fine. Your youngest was crying, scared because they didn't know what was going on. Your older one was trying to be brave, but she was just as confused. And I wasn't even there to explain anything to them. Harper, they didn't deserve that.
You are blowing this way out of proportion. I left them with you because I knew they'd be safe.
Except I wasn't there. And now you're blaming me for your marriage falling apart?
You made it worse. If you'd just been there, if you hadn't told Henry, none of this would have happened. He didn't have to know.
I didn't tell Henry. My neighbor did. She saw what happened and called him because she couldn't get a hold of me. And you know what? Maybe it's good he knows. Maybe he deserves to know what kind of mother just abandons her children like that.
I didn't abandon them. Don't make me sound like I'm some kind of monster. I needed a break, Paige. You don't know what it's like because your life is perfect, isn't it? You've got your happy little family, everything in order. You wouldn't understand what it's like to be suffocated by your own life, by your own kids.
My life isn't perfect, Harper. Do you think having a newborn is easy? Do you think I don't feel overwhelmed sometimes? But I don't just run away when things get hard. I don't dump my responsibilities on someone else and take off without a word.
Well, aren't you just so noble, always doing the right thing, always the responsible one? I didn't have that luxury, okay? I couldn't just deal with it anymore.
You had options, Harper. You could have asked for help properly. You could have called me, talked to Henry, done anything but what you did. But instead, you left your kids like they were some burden you couldn't wait to get rid of, and then you ran away. And now, You're mad at me because Henry's leaving you? That's not on me. That's on you.
You're supposed to be my sister-in-law. You're supposed to support me.
I was your friend. I've supported you through so much, but this is too far. You can't just use people like that, Harper. Friendship isn't about dumping your problems on someone else and expecting them to clean up your mess. It's about being there for each other, yes, but not like this.
So what, you're saying this is all my fault? That I deserve to lose my family over this?
I'm saying you made choices, and those choices have consequences. You decided to leave your kids on my doorstep. You decided to disappear for days without telling anyone. And now you're dealing with the fallout of those decisions.
But I was just trying to clear my head. You don't get it. Henry doesn't get it. He never listens. He just shuts me out, and I couldn't take it anymore. I needed space.
I get that, Harper. I really do. But there are better ways to get space than abandoning your children. You could have talked to Henry, gone to therapy, something, but you didn't. You ran away, and now Henry knows and he's reacting to what you did. You can't put that on me.
Could have at least defended me, explained that I needed a break.
Defended you? How was I supposed to defend you when I don't agree with what you did? I'm not going to lie to Henry or anyone else just to make you feel better about something that was clearly wrong. And honestly, I'm surprised you even think I should.
I thought you'd have my back. I thought you'd understand.
I understand that you're struggling, Harper. But I don't understand how you thought abandoning your kids would fix that. And now you're dealing with the consequences of your actions, and you want to blame me for it.
Henry's going to take the kids, you know. He's going to make me look like the bad guy in court, and I'll lose them. All because you didn't do one simple thing for me.
You think this is about one simple thing? Harper, this isn't about me not watching your kids. This is about you leaving them without any warning, without any care for who knows how long. This is about you running away from your life instead of facing it. That's why Henry's divorcing you, not because of me.
You're just like him, judging me, acting like you're so much better.
No, I'm not better than you. I've made plenty of mistakes, but I don't try to shift the blame onto someone else when I mess up. I own it. And maybe that's something you need to do too.
I didn't mess up. I needed time, and you weren't there when I needed you.
You didn't need me, Harper. You needed to face the fact that your life was falling apart, and instead of dealing with it, you ran. And now you're paying the price. That's not on me, that's on you.
I thought you'd understand. I thought you'd help me.
I might have helped you if you'd asked, but you didn't. You took the choice away from me. You made me the bad guy in a situation I didn't even know I was a part of.
So what? You're just done with me? Is that it?
I don't know, Harper. I don't know if I can trust you after this. You put me in an impossible situation, and now you're blaming me for something you caused. That's not friendship. That's not even close.
You're really going to turn your back on me now?
I'm not turning my back on you. I'm just not going to take responsibility for your choices. You have to own up to this, Harper. You can't keep blaming everyone else for what's happening in your life. I'm saying that people care about you, Harper, but that doesn't mean they can fix your life. We can only be there to support you, but you're the one who has to take control of your own mess. I can't do that for you, and neither can Henry.
Henry never even gave me a chance to explain. He found out, and now all he wants is to take the kids away from me. How is that fair?
What would you even say to him, Harper? That you needed a vacation from your family? That you couldn't be bothered to ask for help the right way? How would you explain leaving your kids without knowing who would take care of them?
I don't know, okay? I thought if I could get some distance, I'd figure it out. I'd come back and things would be better.
Running away doesn't make things better. It just makes them worse when you have to face the consequences. You took off and didn't think about what you would do to your kids, to Henry, to anyone but yourself. And now, instead of owning it, you're trying to blame me.
I don't need a lecture, Paige. I need a friend. I thought you, of all people, would get that.
What you need to face is reality, Harper. You made choices, and now you're dealing with what comes next. I was your sister-in-law. I've been there for you more times than I can count. But I won't let you dump this on me.
So what now? I lose everything? My kids, my marriage? What else?
That's up to you. You can keep pretending like everyone else is to blame, or you can start trying to fix what you broke. But until you're honest about what you did and about why you did it, nothing's going to change.
It's not that easy. I can't just fix everything by saying sorry.
No, you can't. It's going to take a lot more than that. But you need to start somewhere. Maybe it's with Henry. Maybe it's with your kids. But blaming me or anyone else is only going to push people further away.
You really think I can fix this? After everything?
I don't know, Harper. I really don't think so. I'm not sure where you go from here. But I do know that if you keep trying to make everyone else responsible for your choices, then yeah, you're going to lose everything. You have to be willing to do the work to make things right. And it won't be easy, but it's the only way forward. Either way, this really doesn't even concern me at this point, and you should really be talking to your own husband about these kinds of things. Or at least, you can talk to him while he still is your husband, that is. Have a nice life, Harper.
Wait, no, you can't abandon me like this. Please, I'm begging you. This is all your fault. You have to help me out of this. You did this to me, and now you need to get me out of this mess.
I really did try and convince Harper that there might have been a chance if she could only face up to her mistakes and admit that what she did was wrong. But instead, she insisted on blaming me and even tried to go and tell my brother that all of this was my fault. And she might have even gotten away with it too. But apparently, Henry began looking into what else Harper had been doing behind his back, and he found out that she was cheating on him. Well, that was really the last straw. He hired a divorce lawyer and sued her for infidelity. After that, he made sure to get custody of the kids, and that was the last that my brother ever saw of his horrible wife. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.